What's going on, everybody? Back with some more NBA play props to get you winning some money tonight in the NBA streets. Got a 6-pick dynamic play that I did just send over to my VIP that I did just lock in myself on Betr guys. If you do not have this app, you're going to want it ASAP. I'm going to make it very simple for you. There's going to be some better lines, some great value, making it easier on you to win money, which is what this channel is all about, guys. If you do not have it, they will match you all the way up to $200 with my promo code KJKDFS. I link down below. And we're going to be breaking down a fun NBA slate and a fun ticket here involving a game with a fast, up-tempo game environment tonight with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. This game has a 237 over-under, is expected to be the fastest-paced game on the entire slate. We're looking at a 102.9 pace metric, so a lot of these plays are going to be coming from this game. I'm excited to get into it. The first two are going to be available on Prizepicks, but the problem is, guys, once again, it's not going to be at as good of value. So if you can get the Betr app, you're going to be able to get a much better deal. You can see Evan Mobley's bumped up to 38 even. Nikola Vucevic is bumped up to 35 even. Why is that? Prizepicks has very advanced algorithms, right? They're going to have very precise lines. On Betr, there are no pushes, right? So on Betr, they can't set the lines at 38 and 35. They have to set it either at 37.5 or 34.5 or 35.5 and 38.5. You follow me? So the Evan Mobley and Nikola Vucevic fantasy score are the first two props we're going to be rocking with. I'll get straight to the point with these. Like for fantasy score props, a lot of you guys, Prizepicks and Betr have the same exact fantasy scoring format. And they use the same exact fantasy scoring format as FanDuel, which is a site like FanDuel DFS. If you've been watching my content since I started this, DraftKings, FanDuel, right? They offer tournaments every night. If you're not familiar with that format, where you have to pick players in a salary scoring format, and every person gets a certain score, and then at the top it's like $100,000 to first, right? So I'm very familiar with these models, these projection sets, right? And simply put, there's a fantasy point per minute rate on each guy. They play a certain amount of minutes, and then they have a projection, right? So Evan Mobley is a guy that's putting up 1.28 fantasy points per minute on the season, right? Nikola Vucevic is a guy that's putting up 1.29 fantasy points per game on the season. And then you factor in this game environment, the pace, all of that stuff, it's going to bring in a number. So I have a bunch of different projection models that are going to spit out these numbers for me, right? That there's just like thousands of dollars dumped into these. And I've got Nikola Vucevic projected for the upper 30s, and I've got Mr. Evan Mobley projected, same thing, like 40 plus. Some models I have him getting upwards of 40. Some models I have him getting like right at 40. So it's kind of straight to the point on my fantasy score process. I've got a bunch of different resources. And once again, it's a 237 over under, 114.75 implied total for the Bulls, a 122.25 implied total for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the two fantasy score props, like I have a bunch of different models that factor in how many minutes they're going to play, how many fantasy points per minute, the game environment, the matchup, like everything you could possibly do your math on is factored in here, right? So I do have those two guys going over. And then as we continue along here, I do have even more, models, market data. If you've been watching my content, I'm constantly looking at market data because there's millions of dollars invested into setting appropriate sports lines every single day. You can see Zach LaVine's listed at 19.5 on Prizepicks. I don't want to play Zach LaVine at 19.5 because I'm getting Zach LaVine at 18.5 over on Betr here tonight. In a 6-pick dynamic play, if I run $250, they're going to pay me out $5,000 if I get 6 out of 6 correct. If I get 4 correct, I'm going to get 1.05x back. I'm not going to lose any money. I'm going to profit money if I get 4 or more right. That is the optimal slip type on Betr. So you can see he's at 18.5. That's a really big deal. And we're going to break down exactly why right now for you guys. I do use multiple tools for my research, one of which is going to be the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. This tool is going to bring in data telling us the very best props on these apps every single day using the market data. You can see Zach LaVine's listed at 19.5. The over on Prizepicks is not a good play. They're only giving this a 51.23% chance to hit, and they're actually saying to take the under at that 19.5 line, okay? If we head on over to Betr, you can see he has a 54.47% chance to hit his over 18.5. Why is that? Because we have a bunch of different markets favoring his over 18.5, and markets even favoring his 19.5 or listing him at even money at 19.5, right? So just by switching apps and getting a point discount, you're increasing your odds to win tremendously, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. These markets factor in every single thing under the sun you could factor in, okay? So if you're listening and you're like, this guy's just looking at market data, he's not doing any research, To an extent, yes, because I've trained my brain and I have done the learning to understand what these markets are representing. Okay, so they're representing that this game has a 237 over under. They're representing that the Bulls have a 114.75 implied total. They're representing that Zach LaVine is the shooting guard small forward position for the Chicago Bulls, and he has a 24% usage rate, playing 34.7 minutes per game, taking, so many shots per game, yada, 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 okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Like, there's really no need to get into that because there's so much money and market data invested into this, the millions of dollars of these sports book monopolies, that we can just kind of be straight to the point, okay? So I just refreshed it, the latest data, a bunch of different markets listing him at 19.5, pretty much even money. DraftKings has him at 18.5, favored on the over. So if you're able to get the 18.5, you're getting a really good deal on the over. Another tool that I'm using every day is Outlier, guys, which those statistics, right, for you people that really need to see the stats, Outlier, they're going to bring in not only that market data that I discussed, but also the statistics. So you can get kind of a side-by-side to kind of get as much data as possible. So you can see he's listed at 19.5 in some places. I talked about getting him at 18.5. If we go to the over 18.5, it's going to bring in all of these different markets. Minus 130 on DraftKings, minus 125, minus 139 over on Underdog. And then you can look at the statistics against Cleveland's defense, right, for the points allowed and all that stuff. Against guards, point guard, they're going to be up 27 points per game. Zach LaVine is on ball a lot, and he's taking 13.4 shots per game, shooting 50% from the field, making 6 of those. 6.7 threes per game, 2.8 of those made, so he's shooting 42% from behind the three-point line, and then he's getting to the line 3.6 attempts per game, shooting 81% from the line. So he's shooting well from the free throw line, he's shooting well from behind the arc, he's shooting well from the field overall. These are all very good shooting percentages. That's all factored into the market, and we talked about the pace of this game and that stuff, right? So the Zach LaVine, I would not play this at 19.5. Like, you're getting ripped off, okay? The value's on the over 18.5. So hopefully that makes sense. I brought up the data, the side-by-side there, so you can see the difference in hit rate, right? You want to give yourself the best chance to win. So that's why I'm playing this on Betr where there's a little bit of better value. Like, I wouldn't play it on Prizepicks at that 19.5 line, okay? So that's my advice. Josh Giddey, over 5.5 assists. Another example of a prop that oftentimes you just can't get on Prizepicks. They're not listing the prop, okay? So the only prop they have is his demon line. They don't have his standard assist prop listed. So I'm sorry, but I can't give you that play on Prizepicks because they don't have the line listed. They did have it listed this morning and they took it off the board. So it's just the time to attack value on Prizepicks is getting smaller and smaller. You have to be very quick. They'll take it off the board. We can get this on Betr though, at the 5.5 line, and it's a really good prop. We'll break down. So once again, this is in the same game environment, which I like as well. So if this game plays up tempo, fast paced, like it's expected to, all of these guys, right, should be able to surpass these props. Now, I have market data backing these plays, a ton of different data, right? We're not just clicking the buttons and saying, well, this is going to be a high total game. It's like, okay, it's going to be a high total game, and we're getting all the market data factored in here, okay? So Josh Giddey to over 5.5 assists. Let's go ahead and type him in to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If we pull up Prizepicks here, you're going to see for Josh Giddey, the best possible prop you could take is over 18.5 points and rebounds, they're saying. So full transparency, I'm not backing that play, but it is what the best prop is on Prizepicks at the time of recording. But if we go over to Betr, like, once again, we're looking at a 54% chance that he hits his over assists here tonight. That's really good compared to on Prizepicks where his best prop's only at a 53.14, and they don't have, like, his points and assist prop would be the best one that's associated with assists, and that's only a 50% hit rate. So, like, this is a really good prop. This is the value you can get on Betr every single day. So that's why I continue to, like, push it on my content and teach you guys about it, because, like, you have a much better chance of winning money. It's just, that's what this content is about, okay? Yes, I am sponsored by Betr. It's in my graphics. That's pretty obvious. Yes, I do get paid to promote their product. Yes, I'm playing on every single day, actually trying to win money. And I'm getting these plays that have a far higher chance of hitting compared to other apps. So this is like genuinely me trying to help you. Like I'm pulling up the data you're seeing in real time. Look at this, man. You know, we're looking at a 54% hit rate on this prop. That's really, really good stuff on these player props apps. He's all the way up to -141 on the over on Pinnacle, -135 on the over on DraftKings. So like when I talk about just the value you can get on Betr, I ain't lying. The numbers are there, okay? The data's backing it. And then we can factor in, we're getting some good correlation with, we have the Zach LaVine's over points and the Josh Giddey over assists in this same game environment, right? If it's going to be an up-tempo game, then, you know, we hopefully a lot of those buckets that Zach LaVine's getting are coming off screens from an assist from Josh Giddey is the thought process here, right? So we got market data backing it. We also have some good correlation in the same game environment. So hopefully, you know, if this is a fast up-tempo game, like it's going to be, it's literally the fastest paced game on the entire slate, as I had discussed, with a 102.9 pace metric. The other fastest game, the second fastest and third fastest would be the Rockets-Wizards game and the OKC-Clippers game, but this one by far takes the cake as far as the fastest game environment. So Josh Giddey looking like a great play, and then let's go ahead and type him into Outlier. Let's see if we have some more backing statistics. There always will be. Once again, these markets know so much, man. So we can bring in the stats. We can look at the market data. We want as many things telling us this is a good play as possible. Looking at a 54% implied probability here for Josh Giddey for him to hit this. He's all the way up to -165 on some Caesars books at this line. And then when we look at the matchup, we break down, he's the shooting guard position. So the assists allowed at the shooting guard position for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're 24th in the entire NBA, giving up 6.5 assists per game to opposing shooting guards. So that makes sense. The market knows this. They're saying, okay, Cleveland's giving up a bunch of assists to shooting guards. Josh Giddey's a shooting guard. We're going to favor his over. Okay, everything makes sense. He's cleared this at a 70% hit rate over the last 10, 100% hit rate over the last 5. I really don't care about that, but hey, it's just showing that he is getting assist opportunities as represented by his potential assists. He's getting 11.8 potential assists per game, which is pretty crazy, man. That's really good stuff here for Josh Giddey, okay? And then the last prop is going to be, once again, a prop that's bumped on Prizepicks. So, sorry, guys. Like you can see, so Mobley's bumped up to 38 even. Vucevic is bumped up to 35 even. Josh Giddey's not available. They only have his demon. And then you're going to see Donovan Mitchell is going to be bumped up as well. So I would not play this at the 24 line because I can get 23.5. And with how precise these markets are, there's a very good chance he ends with 24 points exactly tonight. So rather than pushing and not winning any money and or losing money, I want to be getting that edge as much as possible. So hopefully that makes sense. Same thing with the LaVine prop, right? I wouldn't play it on Prizepicks. If you're listening along and you're truly trying to learn, for the people that are just clicking on the video and looking at the ones I've highlighted and playing them, well, they're losing out because they're not learning and they're taking a prop they shouldn't be taking at 19.5. They should be taking at 18.5. Okay, so last prop. We can do another side-by-side. Donovan Mitchell here on the over on his points. Let's go ahead and bring him into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and you will once again see, it looks like we even have some more updated market data. We want to be getting him at that 23.5 line. Let's go ahead and type him into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, see the difference in hit rates. You're going to see Donovan Mitchell. Best prop you can be taking, only one data point, BetMGM though, is the over fantasy score on Prizepicks according to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, but I much prefer the points over on Betr, where you can see we're looking at a 53.54% chance for this prop to hit. Why is that? Because we have Pinnacle favoring him at -136 on his over. We have FanDuel favoring him at -125 on his over. And then we have a lot of markets listing him at 24.5 with even money. Like BetOnline's all the way up to 24.5. DraftKings is all the way up to 24.5. Might not seem like a big deal. I'm here to tell you it is a very big deal. You want to be getting the 23.5 line on Donovan Mitchell here tonight. And you're getting some good edge. So you can see a 53.54% chance to hit on his over points over on Betr. If we go to Prizepicks and we look at that same points prop, only a 50.98% chance to hit. So it over time, when you're doing this every single day, that 3% edge is seriously cutting into your money. Okay, so that's why we want to be finding as much edge as possible every single day. We can't be settling. When you're doing this every single day, you cannot be settling. You will be losing too much money. You have to get the best value in the best ticket types, right? Be learning the process. If you want access to every single one of my plays as soon as I place them, go ahead and hop over in the VIP. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. The last play on this ticket, guys, got removed, which happens when you get good value. So I was going to share it with you, and then in real time when I started to get on this stream, or this video, I should say, I noticed it got removed. So we have the Zach LaVine over 18.5 points, the Josh Giddey over 5.5 assists, Donovan Mitchell over 23.5 points, the Evan Mobley over 37.5 fantasy points, Nikola Vucevic over 34.5 fantasy points. The last play that I ran was Chris Paul. This was phenomenal value. He was heavily favored on the over 7.5. And it looks like he was removed, and then now they just removed Josh Giddey. So, guys, I apologize when plays get removed when I release content, but I'm really trying to truly help you win money. I know it's frustrating when plays get removed, but it's just a key indicator that your process is on point. Okay, this content is to really, truly try to help you make money. The industry is constantly changing. Unfortunately, this happens all the time. When you get good value, plays are going to get removed. I do my best to help you for free. So there are 4 plays still available that you can get on the board. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell on your way out the door. And if you do want to get access to every single one of my plays as soon as I place them so that you can beat these annoying bumps, all these removals, etc., go ahead and head on over to the VIP. I will have that linked below. The KJK VIP package will be pinned as the top comment. I will also have my deposit matches and my links to get that $200 on Betr, Prizepicks, etc. There's a bunch of different deposit matches. So take advantage of those offers, okay, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you guys all the best of luck on your NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.